Hi, I'm Jolene Martin. As you may have heard, on the 27th of April, Cape Town, South Africa becomes the spectacular backdrop to the One People International Film Festival. Here to tell us more is award-winning journalist and filmmaker Johann Abrahams. Johann, I'd like to start with a quote that the Mayor of Cape Town, Dan Plato, made recently in relation to the One People International Film Festival, and he said, "Ensuring the safe, regulated return to the film work of this industry will act as a catalyst for the return to work of the broad range of service providers that support this industry." Judging by that, there seems to be a great desire to kickstart or resuscitate the film industry. How does the One People International Film Festival endeavor to do so?
Well, this festival certainly will bring back, will kickstart that industry again. And there's a good reason why we want to kickstart the industry. It's a 5.5 billion rand industry. That's 800 million US dollars. So it's huge, and it puts people to work. And that's what we're trying to do again. Our industry is not, our local film industry, producing film is not that big. Locally produced films, only 22 in 2019. But in 2010, we produced about 10. So there is growth. And we create jobs. 6,000 jobs were created in 2017. In 2018, 2019, 9,000 permanent jobs. So growth there as well. So definitely we need to kickstart the industry to bring it back and to put people back to work again.
When Dan Plato refers to extended service providers, what is he talking about?
Well, we speak about, it's not just people that are making films that benefit from, it's not just the filmmakers, it's not just about the films being made, it's also about all the spin-offs. There's on the fringes, there's tourism that benefits greatly from bringing filmmakers here. And also when a local film is made, there's a lot of service providers, there's the catering, and then the tourism industry where people don't sit around and just make the film. For 6 days, there's the 7th day where they can walk around and experience this beautiful city. And that's where your tourism industry comes in. People can visit Robben Island, people can visit Table Mountain, wine estates, and they all make something. So there's so many spin-offs. Too many to mention here.
Yes, of course, including hospitality. One of the standouts of the One People International Film Festival is it being truly inclusive. So a holistic full spectrum approach, including seasoned filmmakers all the way to first-time filmmakers, and in so doing creating an incubator effect. I know that this developmental aspect is very close to your heart as well as a focus for the organizers. Why?
Well, we see, if we look at South Africa, for instance, we can really see that the transformation did not really take place in the film industry. We see strong voices from one sector of the community, but we don't see a range, and the diversity is not reflected in our films that we produce locally. If you look at languages, for instance, we don't see the Kukuhuwap language in films. People speaking that.
Kukuhuwap being the indigenous language of Southern Africa.
Indigenous language of Southern Africa, spoken widely in Namibia and still spoken in the Northern Cape by people classified as colored. And who are the direct descendants of the Khoi Khoi. Nu, which is the Bushman or the San. Still, there's few people speaking that language, but further north, there's more people that still speak it. But in South Africa, we have very few speakers. And before they die out, we want to see that language expand. And why not use the film medium and make movies where people speak that language, or at least 1 or 2 characters speak that language? Will go a long way in promoting that language.
And also transferring skills to those communities, I imagine.
It is hugely important that we try to bring those skills to those communities so that they are empowered to tell their stories themselves. So they don't have people coming from another country to come and tell their stories. so that they tell their own stories. Not even people coming from Cape Town to tell their stories, but they, right there where they are, that filmmakers from that area come out. And it's not that they don't have the stories. The stories are there. The stories are there, and it's written by them, and they perform it, and they do it, but maybe not in the form that we know in the film industry, maybe in theater. So, and I've spoken to many filmmakers in that region, and the fact is that they're all looking for that kickstart, which maybe this will bring.
And of course, informal pitching sessions, which will be really exciting. Johann, please be so kind as to give us an overview of the competition categories and what it is you're looking forward to seeing coming through in the various categories.
Yeah, we have of course the main part of the festival, the main focus of the festival, which a lot of people will go to watch, is the 10 films that we will select that will come from seasoned filmmakers around the globe. And these are well-crafted films that will probably go on and win other awards as well. And also not just seasoned filmmakers, but also first-time filmmakers might be selected in this category. But we're talking about the big films. We're talking about mostly indie films maybe, but films that are well-crafted, with strong characters, good stories. Yes, that's what will be in that category. And that category will also, from that, there will be awards given, best film, best director, etc. We also have another category, auteurs category, which is for strong, innovative filmmaking. It's people with a distinct voice, a unique voice, and 10 films will be selected to represent in that category. So that would be interesting as well. There's also a COVID-19 category for filmmakers who are looking at stories that came out of, stories of hope, of course, that came out of this whole pandemic, mostly probably documentaries. And that category is there for everyone to enter. But the one that I'm particularly interested in is the category for indigenous filmmakers. Not that indigenous filmmakers cannot enter into any of the other categories, but this particular category is designed for our indigenous filmmakers, South African filmmakers. And there's a panel that will overlook this, a panel who has a strong bias almost towards indigenous films, which is yourself, me, and Maurice Nakim from Nigeria. We will look at indigenous films that's over 45 minutes long, documentaries and fiction. But what we're looking for here is people with strong stories, strong, compelling characters, shot in any way. So unconventional ways of making the film, like with your cell phone, do it and submit your film. We will be open to stories that are well crafted, but even if we see the, how can I put this? If we see the promise of a good storyteller, we can mentor that person. You don't really have to win or be, your story might not be selected this time around, but we can certainly, you'll certainly get the attention that you show promise, and then you can go back and resubmit that film the following year by following the advice from industry professionals.
So there is a mentorship component.
There's a big mentorship component where filmmakers will give you feedback. You'll be here, even like I say, even if your film is not selected, it'll be noticed if it's a well-made film or it has the potential to become a good film. And there might be a flaw here and there, but that could be, during the mentorship process, can be ironed out.
The festival kicks off on the 26th of April with a star-studded golf event and a glittering red carpet hosted under that magnificent mountain. I mean, if that is not grand, I don't know what is. But the 27th of April is quite an auspicious day here in South Africa. Is this a coincidence?
It's not a coincidence. It is picked, handpicked. It's the 27th is our Freedom Day. It's our Independence Day. So there's a huge symbolic meaning attached to it. If you look at the films that we're accepting into it, the freedom, the diversity, all of that goes hand in hand with the ethos of what we're trying to do. The second, it plays until the event lasts until the 2nd of May, but on the 1st of May, we will conclude the event with a gala evening, I suppose. And the 1st of May again is International Workers' Day, also loaded with symbolism.
Yes. So much meaning to it. And once again, looking at this phenomenal view, Cape Town really is showing off today, isn't it?
Yeah, Hakim is talking about, Hakim from Nigeria. He thinks this film festival should really be the Cannes of Africa. So there you go.
Absolutely.
It's got everything. It's got the beach, it's got the mountain, it's got Robben Island.
Lots of meaning there indeed. Looking at this incredible view, it would be a crime to be locked up in a cinema all day. There are tons of things to look forward to, like?
Yeah, you could go trip up Table Mountain, a trip to Robben Island, where Mandela was incarcerated. And remember, Mandela wasn't the only one that was incarcerated there. Since 1652 and even before, local indigenous leaders were incarcerated there. Ochumato was there, he escaped twice. David Stearman was kept there in the 1800s by the British, escaped twice. Robben Island, you have to go to Robben Island, but bear in mind that history is a huge history. It's not just a 1994 history.
And with the festival being completely COVID compliant, it will be a hybrid event. What is the One People International Film Festival doing to remain within regulation?
Look, the festival is near the end of April, or is at the end of April. We hope that by that time, we will be not quite out of the woods, but we hope that the restrictions would be not as strict as it is at the moment. We are on level 3 at the moment. We hope that we might be further down, that it might be level 1 or level 2, which will allow a certain number of people in theaters and workshops, and your master classes might be able to go on with the restrictions at the time. So there's that. Your gala evenings might be also still ongoing, with bearing in mind the restrictions. So we're going ahead with all of that. But then there's also the online capability, or the online aspect of it, where we could screen online films. And so we will go ahead, but we will bear in mind, obviously it's too early to say what will happen in April.
So either way, it will be happening.
Either way, it is happening as far as I know.
Well, there you have it. We'll see you on the 27th of April. For more information on anything regarding the One People International Film Festival, please go to the website www.onepeoplefilmfestival.com. From there, you'll be navigated to the Film Freeway site, as well as all social media handles for up-to-the-minute updates. See you in April. Bye.